What's going on, everybody? It is the start of the week. Sitting here on Monday, SPY's got a huge gap up. We went straight to 281 here, which is clearly a big resistance level, so we'll have to see what happens today. Already looks like pre-market. Kind of coming off of it a little bit here. I think what I'm going to end up trying to do is look to buy the dips. Maybe if SPY starts basing around pre-market low, get long there, but going to be a little long bias today. I'm probably not going to want to short anything unless we get to 281 and it starts looking like it really doesn't want to be there. Other than that, there's a bunch of stocks on the gap scan list. I got like 30 of them on my gap up, but it's kind of hard to sort through which ones have news and which ones don't. But I definitely found a few, so IQ was looking like it was going to be the best one for a possible gap and go play here. But not so much anymore. Obviously sold off pretty hard here. A couple of other TRCO, TSRO buyouts, acquisitions happening. Might be something there. I know they stated the share price which they're getting bought out at, but stocks aren't acting like it's trading around that level, so they're not acting like they usually are, so I kind of consider them in play more than not in play. I'm just looking around for possible setups. IQ is not the best. I think GBT actually looks a little better here. Might as well just make it over the whole number. Huge spread. Let's see, over 45. Risk easily $1. Probably just go 300. IQ sold off pretty hard. Cat, Baba. Big name stocks are dropping a little bit at the moment. I think I'm just gonna stick with what we got here on GBT. Other things aren't really moving too much. Wow. Trying to adjust my charts because some of these gap ups are so big that it really messing with the charts. SPY's dropping, that's not help. Have it in. We're looking all right here. 46 will definitely be some trouble, so I'll look to take off there. Don't want to see that. Unless it comes back here. I'm not going to be thrilled about it. I'll probably just lower my size. Alright, big bounce from the SPY here. Yeah, if we can close the doji, that'd be great. If we can just get above 44. Yeah, look at that spread. Nope, not pretty. So lower my size. Still take the trade. But none of the gap and go setups look like this. Oh wow, getting up there already. Yeah, I'll still take this. See what happens here. Is that a hidden buyer for seller 44? Nope. Min. Very slow. Hidden seller. I'm not gonna even chance it. If it wants to go higher without me, fine. I see a hidden seller. I see how slow it is. Volume's increasing a little bit. It definitely might want to keep moving higher, but it wasn't A+, so I'm really just trying to take a quick scalp on it. I feel was actually pretty good too. The acquisition stocks are not moving anywhere. Wow. GPT definitely moving now. Apple's not too bad here. What's this? Close it. Definitely a solid opening range break play here on this one. Come on. Not really seeing anything in the way. Oh my. I don't know. I don't think I like it enough. Apple's not trading at super high relative volume either. It's a 3.5. I suppose it was good enough. GBT's taken off. Seeing some big numbers tossed around in here. See, if I was in this trade, I would still have to hold on to it through this. I don't know, it's just not... I don't know, I'm getting tired of trading against the gap, and I mean, obviously taking it long would be better than taking a short on this. But it's not a terrible setup. I mean, who knows, might end up doing something. But I definitely got nothing for the moment, so I'll turn it back if I see something. Okay, I want to watch GBT here for a little bit. If it wants to come back to VWAP, I can definitely set up again for a nice little bounce play. Nothing yet though, just want to wait and watch. I'm thinking about buying some SPY here pretty soon. It's getting to pre-market lows. But it just hasn't developed enough yet. I just need to wait and see what happens for a little bit. See, pre-market low is at 279.70, so I mean, we've been hovering up just above it for a little bit here. Yeah, I think if I can get 50 is definitely a pretty good entry. Yep, SPY's bounced a little bit. Right now, pretty much everything besides GBT is following the SPY here. That's all consolidating underneath a VWAP. We're gonna test right now. Very slow here. Alright, well, this is the first attempt. Might be a hidden buyer here. Might be able to get pretty big here too. I should probably be a little cautious about it. And that just broke underneath now. Well, that ain't a good sign. Don't like that candle. No, definitely not. Okay, I'm watching MU here. I feel like there's something developing. I'm not quite sure here what I wanted to do. SPY's sitting at low a day here. It looks like it's getting ready to make another leg even lower. But the entire time SPY's been breaking down, MU has not. On the contrary, it looks like tech is actually somewhat strong. And it's downtrending, but see, Nvidia's kind of following. AMD though is kind of strong. AMD's sitting above VWAP. I think ultimately what I want to see again is I want to see it break above this range and fail. But SPY seems to be so weak, it's just made another new low day right now. Might just drag MU with it, but because MU's really not been following it, I really think I do need to wait to see a final VWAP test here before I get anything short. At least want to see something in the 70s. Depending on what happens, I might just throw a market order in there. I just need some kind of tell to prove to me that it doesn't want to go one way or the other. So I'm not careful. The 5-minute 9 EMA is almost in play here. Right now it's sitting at 30, so low a day. Close. Do something. There's 70. Bunch of sellers here. Here we go. Alright, now I want to see this move stuff. If we get back to, it looks like 65. 65 might be too early too. Might have to lower my size here a little bit. SPY found a pump and bounced up pretty hard. That is definitely helping the case for MU here. Alright, so I have a stop of 80, it looks like. Definitely don't like that. Again, I mean, I'm fighting the gap here. I mean, all the moving averages coming up on it certainly can make a difference. They don't always make a difference, but why try and fight what looks like what makes sense? That is a nice trend line. Alright, now touching the 80. If we can fail here, this can definitely still be a somewhat decent trade. But not liking the volume growing there. I think I'm just gonna have to come back to it. No trade for now. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to call it for today. I can feel myself starting to get a little antsy, wanting to take trades that may or may not be there and really just aren't that great. For instance, I'm looking at GBT right now for a possible long. I mean, it's just the volume that really kills it. I mean, we kept making higher lows here. I mean, starting to get pretty tight risk reward, but I don't know, just not really feeling it. The SPY has been, I don't know, really influential on a bunch of stocks here, and it's really throwing me off on a bunch of possible setups. I mean, trended lower. I mean, we had this huge gap up day, trended lower, causing all these other gap ups to move lower. Came back pretty strong to view up again. We're failing, dropping back underneath, and I mean, I don't know, just trying to be patient, trying to make sure that I'm taking only the good stuff. The only trade that I did take super early in the morning on GBT, ultimately it wasn't exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, more often than not, trades that look like this, I mean, it kind of turns into an opening range / gap and go. I mean, I end up having to potentially hold on to it for a little too long. You know, I'm just looking for the quick scalp, but I mean, I got 50 cents out of it right away, and I just started moving really slow. I mean, you can see the volume, it's not usually as much as I like to see it on gap and go trades, so I just wasn't trying to risk anything crazy. Ended up making a pretty decent move. I mean, you know, I might have just been able to take a partial and let the rest ride or something, but I don't know, I was decently happy with what I had. IQ actually ended up being a pretty decent short here. You see this little poke here, came back, failed to make a new, lower high, higher low. Instead made a lower high, and then which just kind of failed. I mean, right in here, I actually saw a really big seller moving down on the offer with every penny that we moved lower. I mean, it ended up being a really decent short here. Definitely moved a lot faster than I expected, but again, it was the volume that just really threw me off on it. I'm just not trying to force anything, so I'll just stick with what I got. Starting $90 up on the week. I guess it's the first trading day of the month too. So really not too much to type about, not so much to talk about. So I'm just gonna end up calling it here, and I'll be back tomorrow.